Tradition tells us that we are supposed to choose a deeply meaningful day to welcome a new Torah in one's community. This day couldn't be any more meaningful. This day, the day that is now ending, is the 5th of Iyar, which, as the sky turns darker, is actually still the day of Israel's Independence Day. Today is Israel's Independence Day, which actually, I looked it up, was also on a Friday in 1948. Or if you want to do it in Hebrew, 5708. The 5th of Iyar is also 30 days from Shavuot. 30 days from Shavuot. And traditionally, this is the first day that we are obligated to start studying the laws of Shavuot. Not the laws that are going to help us celebrate Shavuot in a kosher way. But we're also entering now in the Shabbat of the 6th of Iyar. And I actually connected to Israel's Independence Day. I'll tell you why in just a second. This is the anniversary of the devastating pogroms of 1881 in Russia, following the assassination of Tsar Alexander II. And those pogroms were organized, if you'd like, by Alexander III, Tsar Alexander III, who blamed the previous Tsar assassination, obviously, on the Jews, of course. Thousands of our people lost their lives during this time. Entire communities were destroyed. It was a never-ending cycle of massacres that, in fact, lasted 4 long years and culminated in what has come to be known in history as the May laws. And the May laws were so oppressive, so restrictive to the Jews, that more than 2 million Jews fled Russia, the Pale of Settlement, where Jews resided, that were under the rule of Russia. Most of you, are Jews who fled 1881's pogrom. Look in your tree of life, your genealogy, and most Jews that are in the U.S. today are from families who tried and escaped the massacres of 1881. We have someone who knows for sure raising her hand. So many of your ancestors came to be refugees here in America, but many as well went to the Holy Land. Many tried their luck and took refuge in the Holy Land that was under Ottoman domination at the time. And these people were the seed, really, these refugees who fled violence and massacres. These refugees were the seed who eventually created what's called the Yishuv, the Jewish settlement back in the Holy Land, and eventually they were really the pioneers who ushered in the creation of Israel. A very auspicious day to have our Torah here today. And most importantly, it is also the yahrzeit of Rabbi Levi ben Gershon, an illustrious rabbi from Provence. Of course, where I am from. The verses that Kate so beautifully chanted, and I so enjoyed also your words, your little Dvar Torah there, are really powerful and relevant today. And Kate made allusion to it, and I just want to kind of take it from there, if you allow me to do so, because it's been thousands of years that we've been looking for Bilam. We've been looking for Bilam everywhere we have gone. Because all that the world has done, it seems, is, as Kate said, seeing our beautiful dwellings and curse us. Wherever we have planted our beautiful Jewish tents and brought in our Torah, we have seen those around us welcome us at first, and then curse us. Just like in the story of Passover, when we came to wherever we were invited to plant our tents, it was a promised land for us. Like Egypt was a promised land for us when we left Canaan because of the famine. And like in the story of Passover, every promised land seems to turn into the next place of our enslavement, the next place of violence, forced conversion, inquisition, pogroms, massacres, and eventually even genocide. Where is our Bilam? 74 years ago today, after 2,000 years of wandering with our tents on our backs, always at the mercy of the local rulers, we finally planted our tent back in our beloved promised land. We are the returning most ancient indigenous people of that land. Let no one tell you otherwise. We have lived on that land without interruption for 3,000 years at least. We lived on that land 1,000 years before Christianity even existed. 1,600 years before Islam was born. We lived on that land. We are the indigenous people of that land. We are happy to share our tents with our neighbors if it is peace, reconciliation, and coexistence that they are seeking together with us. No, if they only wish to erase us. Where is our Bilam? Where is our Bilam? Just like now, we are happy to collaborate, to be partners and allies of the progressive left, fighting against racism and the oppression of all minorities, including us, and the dignity of all human beings right here in America. We are the first on the front lines. We are the first to demonstrate in the streets, to do all that we can to impress upon our elected officials of the correct course of action. We stand shoulder to shoulder with all in need of support. But not if those on the progressive left are also going to curse us as they have. To curse our one place of refuge in Tel Aviv or Jerusalem. No. Not if they as well wish to erase us. I am a proud Zionist, that word that now is used against us as a slur. I am a proud Zionist. My ancestral land flies the Star of David on its flag again, and I will not be erased. I will not be erased. And so I am asking, on this day, with our Torah, where is our Bilam? Where are our allies in the rise of anti-Semitism and violence against Jews in this nation? And so I stand before you beneath this chuppah, the chuppah that is the greatest symbol, the tent of Abraham and Sarah in that ancient wilderness, open in all four corners, welcoming of all fellow travelers needing sustenance along the journey. At the center of our tent is our Torah, a tree of life, an Etz Chaim, a shining beacon of truth, liberation, oneness. How beautiful are our tents, O Jacob. How blessed our dwellings, O Israel. Amen.